What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be showing you how to wire up a headlight to any standard Klx110. This is a 2010 model, but this will work on any model 2010 or newer, and probably anyone with a battery, really, and possibly any 110cc pit bike with a battery. So here's some of the tools we're using. We got some drill bits for drilling a hole, some zip ties. I got an impact here, an 8mm wrench, red wire, some wire strippers. This is the headlight here we're going to be wiring in. They come in a set of 2 on Amazon. It's an LED light bar, 7-inch. It has a spot and a flood beam on it, as you guys can see there. And they come in sets of 2 for about $23 on Amazon. So roughly you're looking at $11. So if you got a buddy that's got a pit bike too, spend $23. You get 2. You wire one on yours, wire one on your buddies, and you can have all kinds of fun. So we're going to be wiring this up here on the number plate. Right here, we're going to mount the headlight right to where that hole is on the number plate. As you guys can see here, this nut where it screws into over here on the bike. The issue is the stock bolt for this is tiny, and I don't even know where it went anymore. Yeah, that's great. That's great. Alright, here we are. So yeah, the stock one is this little tiny one. I don't know if you guys can see there. It's a little tiny nut bolt right there, bolt. So I went to my local hardware store, picked up this longer one. It's an M6 metric thread, and it's about 70 millimeters long. So you can mount the headlight to the outside of the number plate here. So this reaches all the way down there, screws in, and it will mount perfect. So first thing we're going to do is open up this toggle switch. And we're going to be mounting up this toggle switch. And I'll get back to you guys when I got the toggle switch all hooked up. Alright, so as you guys can see, we got the toggle switch all mounted up. Mounted it to the bottom of the bars here. I just used some zip ties, because I honestly don't know how permanent this headlight's going to be on this bike. So I just wanted an easy removal. But a smarter idea for a cleaner look, you could cut a hole in the side of your fender plastics here on the side, big enough for the toggle switch to fit through. And then you can feed the toggle switch through the side of the plastic, so the back side of your toggle switch here is hidden behind the back of your plastics. So I'm going to wire this up and then show you how I did that. Alright guys, so we got the headlight on here, as you guys can see. One thing I would recommend before actually bolting this on completely, it's going to be easier to see actually from the bottom here. But as you guys can see how that nut bolts in there, or the bolt bolts in there, you can't really fit a socket on there with it the way it is up under there. And so you either have to use a wrench, or what I recommend is screwing the bracket in to the number plate hole, and then putting the bracket onto the light, which I did. So now we're just going to wire up the toggle switch here, and I'll show you how I do that, and I'll be right back with you guys. Alright guys, we got it all hooked up here. So as you can see, I got a couple of wires wired up to the switch here. So that red wire, as you can see on the right, is the hut going into the switch, and the one on the left is the hut going to the light. So if we turn these bars here, and you guys look down in here, see all these wires taped up, and you see that brown one there that's spliced has the red wire into it. So these wires are already spliced because they needed to be extended for the bigger bars on this bike. So what I did, I just took all the electrical tape off, and then went around with my multimeter here, let's shut that off so it doesn't die, and then basically checked which wires were hot and which ones were not hot. So I found out the red wire is that kind of stock for the wiring harness are hot all the time. So I didn't really want the lights to be accidentally left on. So what I did is I went around and then tested for which lights came on after you turned on the kill switch here. So as you can see, kill switch is now on and the light's illuminated. So if we turn that back off, we hit this switch over to the right, the light doesn't come on. But now, if we turn this kill switch on, we go back over to the light is now on. So let's turn that off. So then what we did for our ground, come over on this side, tapped into the ground wire on the light there, ran it all the way down here, back behind this fender here, and as you can see, there's just a random bolt and a bolt hole, so I put a little connector on there and grounded it to the frame there. Now, the best thing you would want to do is run a fuse plug in between your light and your switch, just in case you get too much power coming from your battery, it could short it out. I didn't have one at the moment, so I didn't use one, but yeah, that's all wired up. It's clean from the front. You can't see any exposed wires or anything. So if you guys enjoyed, leave a like down below and subscribe if you're new, and take care.